Hello, are we live? Live I am? Are we live? So अगर मैं अपनी आवाज सुन पाऊंगा तो then that does mean that. So good morning everyone. We are here practicing the questions of art and culture. Our target is UPSC prelims 2026 and thus we are preparing for UPSC prelims 2026. But how are we preparing for UPSC prelims 2026? We are preparing for UPSC 2026 by looking at the questions which UPSC has asked so far. We would be taking questions which have been asked in UPSC prelims, which have been asked in UPSC CDS, CAPF, and other PCS examinations such as UPPCS, such as MPPCS, should the time allow. So today in this discussion, we are beginning art and culture, and we would be looking at the questions which have been asked uh, in that regard. So what I'll do, I'll read out the question for you, give you a minute, and then expect an answer from you in the comment section. मैं क्या करूंगा, एक मिनट दूंगा आपको, क्वेश्चन पढ़ूंगा एंड आई वुड एक्सपेक्ट एन आंसर फ्रॉम यू इन अ मिनट. ठीक है, सो फार सो गुड. ऑल राइट. सबसे पहली चीज आपके पास है, द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट, जस्ट अ सेकेंड. यस. So yes. Okay, so the first question and your timer starts now. The famous dancing girl figurine known as dancing girl. The famous female figurine known as dancing girl found at Mohenjo-daro is made of carnelian, clay, bronze, gold. आपको ये बताना है कि जो फेमस डांसिंग गर्ल है, द फेमस डांसिंग गर्ल, ये जो फेमस डांसिंग गर्ल फाउंड एट Mohenjo-daro, dancing girl है found at Mohenjo-daro. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on a second. Dancing girl Mohenjo-daro. This dancing girl we are talking about. So this dancing girl is made up of what? The question is asking you that this dancing girl is made up of what? This dancing girl is kept at Delhi, preserved with us. So it is the dancing girl, and you are being asked what it is. What is she made up of? And the correct answer is bronze. She was. She is made up of bronze. Clay? No. Carnelian? And I would want you to further search for carnelian. That what carnelian is. In fact, carnelian is a stone, but I would want you to search for what carnelian is and have a look at what carnelian is. Okay? Let's take another question. Now, this was a question which was asked in UPSC 2024. UPSC 2024 mein this question was asked. There are three columns. First column has Chandraketu. First column has archaeological sites. Second column has states, and then on the rightmost column we have their description. So Chandraketugarh, the archaeological site Chandraketugarh, is it in Orissa, and is this a famous trading town port? Port Town. Let me give you a timer so that you and I both can attempt this in a minute. एक समय देने दीजिए आप मुझे so that हम दोनों 1 मिनट के अंदर करें. चंद्रकेतुगढ़, क्या ये उड़ीसा स्टेट में है और क्या ये ट्रेडिंग पोर्ट टाउन है? अगर ये तीनों बातें आपको पता हैं तो ही आप इसको करेक्ट कह सकते हैं. ठीक है. और अगर हिंट आप चाहते हैं तो आई विल गिव यू ओडिशा. अच्छा, अंडरस्टैंड दिस दैट चंद्रकेतुगढ़ उड़ीसा नहीं कैलकाटा में है एंड इनफैक्ट इट इज इन वेस्ट बंगाल. स्टेट दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट तो वेस्ट बंगाल. अच्छा, if it is in West Bengal, and it's not that the first time that they are asking Chandraketugad, 2021, 2020, maybe Chandraketugad के बारे में उन्होंने पूछा था. So there the hint was given that Chandraketugad should be prepared. Okay, Chandraketugad. So this is in West Bengal. So one that renders one incorrect. इससे एक गलत हो जाएगा तो आप क्या करोगे? You'd be able to eliminate option A and D. Okay. Now we are left with Inamgaon, Maharashtra calcolithic site. It indeed, Inamgaon, Maharashtra is a calcolithic site, undoubtedly. Inamgaon, Maharashtra आपका एक calcolithic site है. कोई शक नहीं है इसमें. So with two being correct, you have B as the only correct answer. Two being correct, आपका आंसर ऑप्शन बी हो जाता है. सो इसमें मनगाड़ू केरला की एक मेगालिथिक साइट है. मनगाड़ू, यस ऑफ कोर्स. सालीहुंदम. नाउ हम यहाँ पे सीखेंगे, विल अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट सालीहुंदम. इज सालीहुंदम, क्या सालीहुंदम, हमें समझना होगा कि सालीहुंदम, इज सालीहुंदम अ रॉक केव श्राइन? नहीं, इट इज नॉट. ठीक है, इट इज नॉट. Rather, it was an ancient Buddhist settlement. Rather, ancient Buddhist settlement. Ancient Buddhist settlement it is. Ancient Buddhist settlement. So सीख रहे हैं हम, हाँ, we are learning about it. आगे का डिस्क और more details about it are required, which we will learn in the due time when we will come up with the base Nagar inscription. Base Nagar is also known as, acha, 3 statements are given. 3 statements about base Nagar have been given. So is base Nagar as a site well known for as a shap? There are sites on the left hand side, base Nagar, Bhaja and Sitnavassal. Sitnavassal. It is Sitnavassal site है. Now you are being asked, आपसे पूछा जा रहा है, is base Nagar well known to be a Savite cave shrine? Bhaja. Is this a Buddhist cave shrine? And then we have Sitnavassal. Is this a Jain cave shrine? And Vaishnagar, see, Vaishnagar is also known as Vidisha. Vaishnagar is nothing but Vidisha. Where is it? In Madhya Pradesh. And it is in fact on the outskirts of Vaishnagar. There, that we need to focus. There's a pillar. This pillar by was dedicated to God Vishnu. And this, in fact, pillar was constructed on the order of Heliodorus. So Heliodorus and this Garuda, this pillar, this base Nagar pillar is known as Garud pillar. एंड दिस पिलर, ये जो पिलर है, दिस पिलर इज डेडिकेटेड टू वासुदेव. वासुदेव is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. ठीक है. So is this a is this a Shavite cave shrine? Is this a Shavite cave shrine? Indeed not. It is a Vaishnavite cave shrine. Vaishnavite. It is it is not a Shavite cave shrine. It belongs to, it is Vaishnavite. It is Vaishnavite. Is it Shavite? No. It is Vaishnavite. And not cave shrine, but it is famous for the pillar, which was erected by Heliodorus. Heliodorus. Bhaja. See, what is Bhaja? Is this a Buddhist cave? It indeed is correct. What is Bhaja? See, Bhaja, if you remember, is a group of 22. Is a group of 22 rock cut caves. Rock cut caves. Rock cut caves. Where it is? Pune, Maharashtra. Pune, Maharashtra. This These caves belongs to, in fact, let me be precise, belongs to the Heenyan Buddhism sect. Heenyan Buddhism sect. It consists numerous stupas, and most prominent excavation is the Chaityagri. Chaityagri. ठीक है. So B is correct. B. This is incorrect. This is correct. What about Sitnavasal? Is this a Jav cave shrine? Jain cave shrine? Indeed, it is. It is. Sitnavasal is in Tamil Nadu. Sitnavasal is in Tamil Nadu and belongs to Jainism. In ancient days, the Jain monks used to live in caves and hillocks so as to perform their ascetic life. Perform their ascetic life. Ascetic life. What they did, it is here that they would polish the hill for the purpose of pujas and penance. ठीक है? In the open shelter. So ये जो sides होंगी Sitanvasal, it would be polished. Why would it be polished? For the sake of penance. Let me show you these one by one. Base Nagar. And this is the pillar. The pillar is Heliodorus pillar. Is a stone column that was erected around 2nd century BC. This was erected around 2nd century BC and named after Heliodorus. Who was Heliodorus? So Heliodorus was an ambassador. Greek king Antiochus from Dakshila. So and sent to and who was he sent to? He was sent to Bhagbhadra. Bhagbhadra. Are you on with me this? Are you on with me this? Are you on with me on this? Are you with me on this? Heliodorus pillar we are talking about. Where is it? It is in Besnagar. It is in Besnagar. Where Besnagar? Madhya Pradesh. And this Heliodorus pillar was erected by Greek ambassador whose name was Heliodorus, and he was sent by King Antiochus, who was the king from Takshila, and was sent to the Indian ruler Bhagbhadra. And who is this Bhagbhadra? So Bhagbhadra Vasudev. Who is this Bhagbhadra? So he was a Shunga ruler. ठीक है? Shunga ruler. Shunga ruler. Chalo. Let's talk about the Bhaja. What is Bhaja? What you are looking at is the Bhaja Buddhist caves. आप जो देख रहे हैं भाजा भजा बुद्धिस्ट केव्स हैं. अब देख रहे हैं here we have चैत्य. There at the end there's the stupa. End में stupa है. So this is Chaitya. Chaitya is where you worshipped and Vihara is where you lived. Hall के end में if there's a stupa then it is Chaitya. If so this is where you worship. This is where you meditated. Getting me? Are you with me on this? Okay. So we are talking about bhaja. Where is this bhaja boys? We clearly saw it is in Bhaja Caves, Maharashtra. So as you can see that it is a group of 22 cut caves dating back to the 2nd century BC. 2nd century BC. These caves are 400 feet above the village of Bhaja. An important ancient trade route Arabian Sea and Deccan Plateau वगैरह के बारे में है ये. ठीक है. Chaityas are very important here. Chalo. Bhaja caves we have seen. Let me show you Sitan Vasal. Sitan Vasal. We are at Sitan Vasal, which is in Tamil Nadu. 2nd century Jain cave complex again. You can see the painting. And this is what we were talking about. Sitan Vasal. देख रहे हैं आप? It has inscriptions of Jain saints. These are the caves. Rock cut Jaina temple. This is a Jaina sculpture, it is, and not at Sitan Vasal, but nearby it. So Sitan Vasal is a Jain cave shrine. Of course, it is in Tamil Nadu. Bhaja is the Buddhist cave shrine. Indeed, it is. Nagar, does it belong to Shaivite? No. It belongs to Vaishnavite. The concept of Buddha, is it Buddhist in origin? No, it isn't. Chalo, so we are talking about concept of stupa. Is it Buddhist in origin? No, it is not. So where have they borrowed it from? See, this is a pre-Buddhist mound in which the Shramanas, were buried in a seated position. So Buddhas were Buddha. ये जो stupas थे, they were pre-Buddhist. They were pre-Buddhist mounds. Okay, जो श्रमण थे, यहाँ Shramanas were buried in seated position. Buried in seated position. Seated position. And then they were called position called seated position called chaitya. Called chaitya. The term stupa comes from a Sanskrit word which means heap or pile. Stupa, in fact, is a Sanskrit word which means heap or pile. Which means heap or pile. Originally were simple mounds of earth or stones that served as a commemorative marker. Commemorative marker. Commemorative marker. One of the primary function of a stupa is serve as a repository of relics. Huh. Relics are objects associated with Buddha. Yes, relics associated with Buddha. ठीक है? Such as physical remains, personal belongings, or items used by him. Such as personal, such as physical remains, belongings, belongings, or items used by him. By him. So they are considered sacred and hold great spiritual significance in Buddhism. Considered sacred and hold great spiritual significance. Acha, stupas are also associated with votive and commemorative purpose, are often built as acts of devotion, as offering to the Buddha or other enlightened beings. Are you with me on this? समझ पा रहे हैं? Stupas are often built as an act of devotion, an offering to Buddha or other enlightened beings. Stupa are often constructed to commemorate significant events, individuals, or classical sites. For example, stupas might be built to mark the birthplace, enlightenment site, or the site of Buddha's parinirvana. Chalo. These places have been given. Dhauli, question from 2022. On the left hand side, we have Ashoka's major rock edicts, and then we have their location. So, Dhauli Rock Edict, is it located in Dhauli Hills? Bhubaneswar, Orissa? Yes. Dhauli Rock Edict is located in Dhauli Hills, in fact. is located in Dholi Hills near Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar. Okay, near Bhubaneswar. The edicts are engraved on a large piece of rock written in Pali, and Pali is the language in which they have been written. Pali is the language in which they have been written, and the rock edict is located near the historical site of Kalinga War, which is said to transform Samrat Ashoka. Acha, Eragudi or Yeragudi rock edict is located in Kurnool district of Andhra. Kurnool. Kurnool district. Kurnool district of Andhra. The inscriptions were one of the important treasure, treasures of modern King Ashoka, falling under the major and the minor rock inscriptions. And then we have the Jogada. See, Jogada inscription is in Odisha. ठीक है? So the Jogada inscription is in Odisha and is in fact on a 30 feet long and 30 feet long and 15 feet high is 13 feet is on a rock face which is 13 feet long and 15 feet high. It is engraved in Prakrit language. The language is Prakrit, the natural language, and the script is Brahmi. Brahmi. ठीक है? And have this has information about the better administrative policies. All right. So this is incorrect. Kalsi is a small town located in Uttarakhand. ठीक है? So Kalsi is not Madhya Pradesh. Orissa it is. Kalsi is in Uttarakhand. Okay, is a small town located on the banks of river Yamuna. Located on the banks of river Yamuna. We have Kalsi. And one important thing is Kalsi inscription के बारे में. It is the only place where in northern India, only place in northern India where set of 14 rock edicts we have found. Edicts we have found. ठीक है? चलो. Somnath temple is one of the Jyotirlingas. ये तो correct है. Where is it? Somnath temple in Gujarat. Where is Somnath temple? Is believed to be one of the, and in fact is believed to be the first among the 12 Jyotirling. Is believed to be the, is believed to be the first. Where is it? Gujarat. First among the 12 Jyotirlingas. ठीक है? The site, which was the part of erstwhile princely state of Junagadh, was also connected to Lord Shiva. Lord Krishna. Also connected to Lord Krishna. The political history of the shrine is traced back to 1,000 years uh, when in 1024 CE, during Chalukya king Chalukya king Bhima, it was Chalukya king Bhima. Bhima, yes, Chalukya king Bhima, I think it was. Chalukya king Bhima, Chalukya king Bhima attacked, he was attacked by Turkic ruler Mahmud of Ghazni. Mahmud of Mahmud of Ghazni. 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 ठीक है. अच्छा, a description of temple by Al-Biruni is, ये तो करेक्ट होगा, because an Arab traveler was going that was so glowing that it prompted a visit. In fact, it was his, understand this, it was his description about Somnath temple that encouraged, that prompted Ghazni, rather, that prompted Ghazni, Biruni's description. It was his description that prompted. Glowing description. Glowing description. It was a glowing description. He really gave a glowing description. So it was this glowing description that prompted him, that prompted Ghazni. Ghazni. Okay. All right. Now the third statement, it is incorrect. The later source of uh, account for several discretions by Muslim invaders during the 11th to 18th century AD. The temple was rebuilt every time with reconstructive spirit of the people. अच्छा, आप एक बात समझना, द मॉडर्न, ये जो लेटर, ये कई बार it was desecrated many times. ठीक है, understand this, it was desecrated many times, all right. So it was desecrated many times, but the temple was rebuilt every time with reconstructive spirit, but and desecrated many times, and thus has been rebuilt many times. Rebuilt many times. ठीक है? The modern temple was reconstructed with resolve of Sardar Patel, who visited the ruins of Somnath temple in 1947. ये जो construction था, it was reconstructed on the resolve of Sardar Patel. ठीक है? It was reconstructed on the resolve of Sardar Patel, and Pran Pratishtha was done by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. (1951). समझ में आ गई बात? Let's quickly revise. हमने बात की famous female figurine known as the dancing girl, found at Mohenjo-daro. What is she made up? What is she made of? The famous dancing girl is made up of what? Is she made up of carnelian, clay, bronze, gold. She is made up of bronze, the statuette. Now, this is the question from 2024. On the leftmost, we have the archaeological sites. In the middle, we have the states to which they belong, supposed the states to which they supposedly belong, and on the right, we have their description. Now we have to find which of them have been correctly matched. यहाँ पे there's a respite. एक respite ये है that only two of them are correct. Okay, so we can begin with Chandraketugarh. And Chandraketugarh is incorrect. Why? Because it is in West Bengal. You can ask me how would you be aware? How would you have thought of preparing Chandraketugarh? Because Chandraketugarh was one of the options in 2020. Okay, let me see if I can get the question regarding Chandraketugarh. That question regarding Chandraketugarh, I do not have here. Hopefully, we'll incorporate that. ठीक है? That question regarding Chandraketugarh, I do not have a यहाँ पे. Probably in the other slide. अच्छा, इनाम गांव महाराष्ट्र. This is really common. अच्छा, आपको ये भी पता रहता ये तो this इनाम गांव महाराष्ट्र is a calculating site. इनाम गांव महाराष्ट्र is a calculating site. This is very well known. अच्छा, with this up been you would have been at number B and C अगर ये आपको पता होता तो. Now you would have been stuck with Mangadu, Kerala, the megalithic site, which was in news that year. Mangadu, the megalithic site, was in news that year. Mangadu, Kerala में was in news. This was current affair. Mangadu. So if you would have prepared the current affair, then you could have guessed it right. Salihundam, is it in Andhra Pradesh? And rock cave shrines, Salihundam indeed is in Andhra Pradesh, no doubt about it. But is it rock cave shrine? Nahi. It is in fact ancient Buddhist settlement. Salihundam is ancient Buddhist settlement, but not rock cave shrine. Okay, let me show you Mangadu. Mangadu megalithic burial, Kerala. Mangadu we are talking about. And this is urn burials. Mangadu urn burials. Mangadu urn burials. ठीक है जी. So Mangadu urn burial, where is it? Is Karnataka, Kerala. अच्छा, Salihundam rock. Salihundam rock sites. वंशाधरा रिवर पे सालीहुंदम देख रहे हैं आप. सालीहुंदम Salihundam. Salihundam. So we haven't found rock cut cave shrines here, but it is Buddhist archaeological site. Buddhist archaeological site. ठीक है? Good. Acha, Nagar is we have seen, and Dialgets, the ruler of Takshila, has sent his governor, who was Heliodorus, and it was him who had that pillar, the Garuda pillar, erected to honor Lord Vasudeva. To honor Lord Vasudeva. Okay? So if it is, so is it a Shaivite cave shrine? No, no, not a cave shrine. Bhaj. Is this Buddhist cave shrine? Yes, Bhaj. Bhaj, which is in Maharashtra. It has a group of 22 rock cut caves. Bhaj has is famous for 22 rock cut caves. Maharashtra. And in fact, it belongs to Hinian Buddhism. Sitanvasal is in Tamil Nadu. What it is famous for? It is, of course, Jain cave shrine where Buddhist monks lived an ascetic life. Buddhist monks lived an ascetic life. Cave shrine, it is a cave shrine where Buddhist monks lived a ascetic life. Is the concept of stupa, is it Buddhist in origin? No, no, this was pre-Buddhist. This was pre-Buddhist. Pre-Buddhist mounts where the Shramanas, they were buried in a sitting position. They were buried in a seated position called Chaityas. Stupa comes from a Sanskrit word which means heap or pile. So it was generally a commemorative marker. Commemorative marker. So stupa was generally built. Stupa was generally a repository of relics. हाँ जी, यहाँ पे physical remains after the cremation of Buddha and belongings of Buddha कह सकते हैं आप, or items used by him during his lifetime, they have been placed. So does it serve votive or commemorative purpose? Of course it does. Dhauli. Where is Dhauli? So this Dhauli is in Dhauli Hills of Bhubaneswar. Where is it? This Dhauli is in Orissa. But this Dhauli inscription is in Pali. And there is another inscription in Orissa, which is the Chaugada inscription. This is on a 30 feet long and 15 feet high stone. And it is about efficient administration. But this is in Prakrit language, the natural language. Chaugada. And is in Brahmi script. Kalsi. Where is Kalsi? Is it in Karnataka? It is in Uttar Pradesh, in fact, and is situated on the banks of river Yamuna. And it was the only site where we have found a set of 14 rock edicts. Okay? Set of 14 rock edicts. चलो सोमनाथ की कहानी जानते हैं. तो see, Somnath temple is one of the Jyotirlinga shrines. Of course, it in fact is situated in the Gujarat. So in Gujarat it is. This was current. Then it was in news. So Somnath, Gujarat. Somnath, very famously Gujarat, is in fact the first among the 12 Jyotirlingas. Okay, and a description. See, this is a generic statement, a very wide description. And in fact, it is his description, it is his glowing description rather, which prompted Mahmud of Ghazni to visit Somnath temple. Achha, so it was him who first looted the Somnath temple. And the Pran Pratishtha of Somnath temple was, see, it has been desecrated many times, and has been and similarly has been rebuilt many times. It has been desecrated many times and has been rebuilt many times, and thus has been rebuilt many times. And जो latest इसका जो latest, it was reconstructed uh, by the resolve of Sardar Patel. It was Sardar Patel, and of course, and but this it was this the Pran Pratishtha. The Pran Pratishtha was done by of this existing temple was done by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Pran Pratishtha was done by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. ठीक है? With reference to Chaunsat Yogini temple situated near Morena, consider the following statements. Chaunsat Yogini, it is a circular temple built during the reign of Kachapa Ghat dynasty. It is the only circular temple built in India. See, when they say it is the only circular temple, then that's a red flag. Only. Too extreme a word. Any circular temple that even your uncle built, could challenge this statement. Could challenge this statement. So this is too extreme a statement. If you can get to this, you have this question. ठीक है? You have this question. You have this question that it is the circular temple built during the reign of Kachapa Ghat dynasty. And if you can break this down, I don't expect all of us to break this down, but Chaunsat is 64. Yogini is the form of goddess. So 64 forms of goddess. So do you think that it would be associated with Vaishnavism? Nahin. Vaishnavism is about Lord Vishnu. Is about Lord Vishnu. Vaishnavism. And here they are talking about the Devis, the female deities. The female deities. Here they are talking about the female deities. So 3 would have helped you to eliminate option B and C. Acha, if you would have use your understanding, with 2 you could have eliminated all the wrong options. Which one of the following ancient towns is well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting and management by building a series of dams and channelizing water into connecting reservoirs? Abhi Rakhigarhi is the largest site. ठीक है? So Rakhigarhi is the largest site. It has surpassed Mohenjo-daro. Okay, now let's talk about Kalibangan, is where we have found the plot field. Ropar is the first ancient Harappan site to be found in independent India. So Dhula Veera. See, Dhula Veera was in fact a desert. So why would you build a trading colony there? Because though desert it was, but it has quarries. It has stone quarries, and thus you would find citadel here. You would find citadel here. Chalo, let's. I think we forgot to discuss this one. We were. So there was an inscription. There was an inscription which was written in of some 1400 CE that the temple was built by Kachapa king Devapala. It is said that the temple was venue of providing education in astrology and mathematics based on the transit of the sun. Circular temple is one among the very few such temples in India, It is not the only circular temples built in India. It is also known as Ik Tarso Mahadev temple because of the presence of multitude of Shivlingas inside its cell. So it it is to promote Shaivite Sh- Shaivite culture and not Vaishnavite. Many of these curious visitors have compared this temple with Indian Parliament building, as both are circular in style. So many have drawn conclusion that this temple was the temple was inspiration behind the Parliament building. ठीक है. अच्छा, the ancient city of Dholavira is one of the Dholavira that we are discussing. Devapala, in fact, Devapala. अब जब बात कर ही रहे हैं, were we supposed to know this? We weren't. लेकिन it is also known as Ekat Tarso Mahadeva temple because of the presence of multitude of Shivlingas inside its cell. Shaivite culture and not Vaishnavite. अच्छा, धोलावीर के हम बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. 64 योगिनी टेम्पल. वेयर इज इट? मोरेना. Which one of the following ancient towns is well known? So, the ancient city of Dholavira, which is one of the most remarkable and well preserved urban settlements in the South uh, Asia, dating to the in 1968, it is set apart by unique characteristics such as water management system, multi-layered defensive mechanism, and extensive use of stone in construction and special burial structures. It has a complex system of collecting and storing rainwater within several reservoirs. In the ancient city of Dholavira had conceptualized an amazing system of drains, dams, and tanks. सी ये वाला जो है दिस क्वेश्चन, कल्याण मंडप. तो कल्याण मंडप की अगर आप बात करोगे तो ये जो विजयनगर आर्किटेक्चर है, इसकी जो चीफ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है ना ऑफ दिस विजयनगर आर्किटेक्चर इज द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ टॉल राय गोपुरम्स. बड़े राय गोपुरम्स यहाँ पे बनते थे. राय गोपुरम्स का मतलब गेटवेज. एंड द कल्याण मंडपास विद carved pillars in the temple premises. And ये कल्याण मंडपास होते क्या थे? They were halls used for marriage और other ceremonies. ठीक है. अच्छा, अब आपसे ये पूछा जा रहा है, in which of the following relief sculpture inscription is Ranyo Ashoka, King Ashoka mentioned along with the stone portrait of Ashoka? So Kanganhalli, which is in Karnataka, is the site with an inscription in Brahmi script reading Ranyo Ashoka and a sculpture of King Ashoka. It is the only site with a stone portrait of the King Ashoka. ठीक है. So Kanganhalli, Kanganhalli, very famous Kanganhalli. अच्छा, this Bunny Thani painting is a miniature painting of Kishangarh School painted by Nihal Chand. It portrays it portrays women who is elegant and graceful. Province is Rajasthan is known for its Bunny Thani painting. Highly exaggerated features like long necks, large almond shaped eyes, and long fingers. The painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani is one of the most famous and oft illustrated paintings at where is it? Bodhisattva Ajanta cave. Where it is? Ajanta cave. Where it is? Ajanta cave. So which one of the following is famous, are famous for sun temples? Is it Arsavali? Is it Arsavali? In fact, it is Arsavali, Srikakulam town of Andhra Pradesh. Amarkantak में there isn't any. Amarkantak, Madhya Pradesh, there isn't. And ये जो श्री ओमकारेश्वर टेम्पल है, the Shri Omkareshwar temple is in Mysore, is dedicated to Lord Shiva.